Welcome, 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 welcome back. So, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be over explaining some books that I just recently bought out of the library. It's not really a library, but it's a local bookstore. And so we're going to be talking about the purchases that I made because if one thing that I do like to do, I do like to buy new books, which is why I need to put myself on a book buying ban. But let's talk about not one, not two, not three, not four. Why did I say not four? We're talking about four books that I just bought out of the bookstore. So this first book is Hannibal by Thomas Harris. And this is the third book in the series. The third book in the series. Hannibal, Hannibal, Lecter. And so, this is the third book. I really like Thomas Harris. I really like his style of writing. I am very into Hannibal. I am a Hannibal fan. I really love the franchise. The Hannibal, the TV series, is my favorite. I'm obsessed with Mads Mikkelsen and Hugh Dancy. That whole thing. Yeah. So if you're a Hannibal fan, please drop a comment. Let's talk. Let's geek out. But yeah, this is the third book. And the first book is Silence of the Lamb. Not Silence of the Lambs. The first book is Red Dragon. The second book is Silence of the Lamb. And Hannibal is the third book. And this book is supposed to be about the continuation of Hannibal and Clarice, you know, doing their little dance that they do. And so it says, you remember Hannibal Lecter, gentleman, genius, cannibal. 7 years have passed since Dr. Lecter escaped from custody, and for 7 years he's been at large, free to savor the scents, the essences of an unguarded world. But intruders have entered Dr. Lecter's sanctuary, piercing his new identity, sensing the evil that surrounds him. For the multimillionaire Hannibal left maimed, for a corrupt Italian policeman, and for FBI agent Clarice Starling, who once stood before Lecter and who has never been the same. The final hunt for Hannibal Lecter has begun. All of them, in their separate ways, want to find Dr. Lecter, and all three will get their wish, but only one will live long enough to save the reward. So, this book right here is based off of this is the third book in the series. So if you watch the Hannibal series, then you know that this would be technically season two when Hannibal is in Italy. So this is where he meets Mason Verger and Margot and the policeman that's chasing after him. So I'm excited to read this and get started on it. I already read Red Dragon. That's one of my favorite books. I already read Silence of the Lambs, so it's natural that we're on to this. So the next book that we got, because I'm trying to get more into Gothic literature, is We Have Always Lived in a Castle by Shirley Jackson. And yeah, I've heard good things about this. And I know they're supposed to be about two sisters. And yeah, I think they're sheltered, but I'm just really excited to get into the gothic feels of this. The next two books, I was super excited. Don't get me wrong, I was excited about those books that I found, but I was super excited because guess where I found them? I found them in Marshalls. 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 I found them from Marshalls. And I was like, wait a minute, Marshalls, what are you doing here? But let's talk about these books. These books. And guess what? I only got them for $10 a piece. And you're See why I was like so geeked. We have Crime and Punishment. Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky. And I don't know too much about this book, but I know that a lot of people really like Dostoevsky. So I'm excited to be able to get into the world. It's a pretty thick book, but I'm excited because that's not gonna phase me. But I only got this book for $10, $10, $10, $10. Not eight, but $10. And when I read the back of the book, it seemed how much this version of it usually goes for. It usually goes for £29.99 in the US and £23.99 in the UK. So I feel like that's a steal. But yeah, I'm really excited to get into it. And yeah, I think I'm gonna read the rest of his books if I like this one too. And so the last book that I have acquired in my collection, I've read it before, but it's been a while, so I don't remember everything about it. I read it during one of my English classes that I was taking in college, and COVID happened, so we kind of like skimmed through it. But Frankenstein, 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 Frankenstein. Look how beautiful, beautiful, beautiful this book is. And if you open the inside of it up, there is an illustration of the monster in the book. And so this is this is a novel by Mary Shelley. Mary Shelley. From my understanding, she wrote this book after a bet that she had with two other writers and her husband of who could write the best horror story. And my girl Mary did her thing or whatever. But what I remember from this book specifically is the funny thing about this book is this figure right here is what people commonly associate as Frankenstein in pop culture, but actually, this is not the way that he looks. The way that he looks is like this in the book, and it's described as like he's not like an ugly man, but he's just a little rough around the edges. And so, what I found to be very interesting also is people commonly refer to the monster as Frankenstein, but actually, Frankenstein is the name of the scientist that makes the monster. The monster in the book isn't even called Frankenstein. That's Victor Frankenstein. That is his name. And most commonly, people just mix those two things up. But actually, in the book that the monster doesn't even have a name. They only refer to him as the monster, the creature, and things like that. But yeah, he doesn't even have a name. Or like Victor spends most of the book talking about how much he hates the monster, and the monster starts to resent him. But I'm excited to read this over. I also have in my collection, I have Dracula and the Picture of Dorian Gray, but I am excited to go and see if they have the other versions of those books like these. But they also had Moby Dick and the Art of War and the Tale of Two Cities. But I didn't want those. I wanted these specifically. But yeah, let's even see. Frankenstein, 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 Frankenstein. I'm so geeked. Let's read like one excerpt from it, just to give you a sneak peek into what's going on in this book. introduction and a preface. So it says letter 111 to Mrs. Seville, England, St. Petersburg, December 11th, the 17th. And it doesn't tell you what year, it just says 17. We don't know. It says you are rejoiced to hear that no disaster has accompanied the commencement of an enterprise which you have regarded with such evil forebodings. So, I'm excited to get into this. Let me know if you want me to read Frankenstein to you or however you want me to do it. I am still gonna read Fahrenheit 451 for you guys because that's what we started off at. But yeah, I was gonna take you guys outside in the rain so we could do rain ASMR together. But then we were under tornado warning and the siren was going off, so I was like, that's probably not safe. But thank you for watching, for watching, for watching, for watching. Thank you for watching and listening to me ramble about books. And if you have any books that you would like to recommend me, I like horror books, I like thrillers, I like gross books, if that makes sense. Like I like those gross books where the protagonist isn't necessarily a good person. I like female rage. I like unhinged women characters. All of that. Like I like the grossness. I like to be sick to my stomach. But don't be recommending me no stuff where it's just like pure like torture